Good morning, children. I am Angana Sen, and I have started taking up geography in class 9. So far, Benti madam was teaching you all, and she had excellently taught you the first chapter and half of the second chapter. But as I straight away cannot pick up from the half, I have already revised in my Cisco Webex class the portions that has been taught by her. That is this second chapter. I have revised the half of the portion, that is still Northern Plain, and the Peninsula Plateau. Half of the Peninsula Plateau, I know it has been done by Benti ma'am, but again picking up from half is a bit difficult. I will expand a little bit what she has taught you. That is, I will start from the beginning of the Peninsula Plateau, and I will complete the Peninsula Plateau, children, and please be patient, and I think you will get some extra knowledge apart from what madam has given you in this Peninsula Plateau portion. So I hope you will enjoy my class. So I will start directly from the Central Highlands. Now, children, starting with Central Highlands, as ma'am has said and you have read in your books, the Central Highlands occupy the area just south of our Northern Plain. You have already started Northern Plain before. So Northern Plain covers this much area, and here also we are having the Northern Plain, that is the Brahmaputra Basin. So just at the south of the Northern Plain we have this Central Highland. Now this Central Highland has a certain boundary. It lies to the south of the Northern Plain. On the west we have the Aravalli Range. The Aravalli Range is in fact bordering the Central Highlands. Now this part of the Aravalli Range, just adjacent to the Aravalli Range, there is one small plateau, though it is not mentioned in your NCERT or CBSE book. But if you go for higher studies later on, like suppose you are competing for the UPSC exam, you will find that there are two small plateaus which our NCERT book have missed out. One is the Mewar Plateau, or it is known as Marwar Upland. This lies just beside the Aravalli, adjacent to the Aravalli is the Mewar or the Malwa Plateau. And to the northeast and east of this Mewar or Malwa Plateau, we have this Madhya Bharat Pathar or Madhya Bharat Upland. Now in general, this Central Highland has an average height or average elevation of 700 to 1000 meters above sea level, above the mean sea level, and the land slopes towards the northern plain. Now why the land slopes towards the northern plain? Because the plain we always know is a flat land, a plateau is a higher ground. So the land will slope from the higher ground towards the lower ground, because south of this there are some hill ranges. So this portion is higher and the northern plain is lower. So the land slopes from the higher ground towards the lower ground. So just adjacent to this Mewar Plateau, we have another one which is Madhya Bharat Pathar or Madhya Bharat Upland, and just south of it, lying to the north of the Vindhyas, is the Malwa Plateau. So Malwa Plateau is a part of Central Highland. It is not not that the Malwa Plateau occupies this entire area. It is just a part of Central Highland. Mewar Plateau, Madhya Bharat Pathar and Malwa Plateau forms the western part of the Central Highland. Now children, this entire area occupies the states of Rajasthan. Here this Mewar Plateau lies in Rajasthan, and this Madhya Bharat Pathar and Malwa Plateau also occupy parts of Rajasthan and parts of Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Eastern Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, they in fact form a part of these three plateau groups. Now this area, which lies between the Aravalli and the Vindhya range in the south, forming the southern border of our central highland, this area is covered by black soil. Then we have another plateau which is known as the Bundelkhand Plateau. Now Bundelkhand Plateau lies in the area which is occupied by our Madhya Pradesh and also parts of UP, Uttar Pradesh. Generally children, this area is very rough. It has semi-arid climate. Intensive erosion has taken place in these areas and almost unfit for cultivation. Now you must have heard children of a very famous Hindi poem, बुंदेली हरबोलो के मुँह हमने सुनी कहानी थी, खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. So this Bundelkhand is a part which was the kingdom of this Jhansi ki Rani. So Bundele Harbolo, that means the tribals of Bundelkhand. So this area is very rough. So Jhansi is one of the very important town here in Bundelkhand. Similarly in Malwa Plateau children, Indore, you must have heard of Indore, located in Madhya Pradesh. That is a very important town in this Malwa Plateau. Now just next to it, which occupies the northeastern part of Madhya Pradesh and the eastern part, southeastern part of Uttar Pradesh. I have said northeastern part of Madhya Pradesh and southeastern part of Uttar Pradesh. We have another plateau which is known as Bagelkhand. Now between this Bundelkhand and Bagelkhand there is hill range, Kaimur hill range. You know, this hill ranges, these small hill ranges, they separate the plateaus of the central highland, and this Kaimur range also extends into our Bihar, into our southwestern Bihar. Like if you go to Sasaram, you will find this Kaimur hill ranges. Although they are broken in some places, even in when you move to Gaya also you will find this Kaimur hill ranges. So between this Bundelkhand and Bagelkhand is this Kaimur range. In fact, Kaimur range is the eastern extension of this Vindhya range. Now coming to the eastern part, that is the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Now Chota Nagpur Plateau children occupies the Jharkhand, some parts of Chhattisgarh here, and also parts of West Bengal. Now this Chota Nagpur Plateau has several sub-plateaus, like we have Hazaribagh Plateau in the north, we have Ranchi Plateau in the southern part. So a big plateau has got smaller plateaus within it. So it is also known as Patland Plateau because it gives a step-like formation. It gives a step-like outlook. So Chota Nagpur Plateau is divided into sub-plateaus, means smaller plateaus. Hazaribagh Plateau in the north and Ranchi Plateau in the south. This Patland is very much rich in mineral resources. Different kinds of mineral resources are found here. Now in the north children, you will find that I have drawn a line and here I have written Rajmahal Hills. Now children, this Rajmahal Hills forms a boundary between the West Bengal and the Jharkhand here. It's in the northeastern part of Jharkhand. And if you have heard the name of Godda children, Godda is a place in our Jharkhand, which where we find this Rajmahal Hills. Even if you go to Devghar children, you will find a little bit part of this Rajmahal Hills is visible. Now this Rajmahal Hills forms a fault line. Fault, ma'am has taught you before also that fault is a crack on the Earth's crust which affects the different rock layers. Fault is a crack on the Earth's crust which affects the different rock layers. Now this Raj Mahal Hills forms a fault. Previously what used to happen millions of years ago, this portion of our country, that is the northeastern part of our country, was joined with this Chota Nagpur plateau. But due to different kinds of earth movement, there was tension and stresses on the earth's surface. So this portion got separated when there was a fault here. This Raj Mahal Hills and this Shillong Plateau or Meghalaya Plateau got separated from each other, and it formed a gap here. It formed a lowland here, a depression here, and that depression slowly got filled up by the sediments deposited by the Ganga river and its tributary, the Brahmaputra river and its tributary. So this entire portion got filled up by the sediments brought by the river Ganga and its tributary and river Brahmaputra and its tributary. So Raj Mahal Hills forms the eastern boundary of this central highland, and here the northeastern part is a part of northeastern plateau. Now this northeastern plateau has the Meghalaya plateau as the main plateau, and it is having three hill ranges, that is the Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills. The Garo, Khasi, Jaintia hills. And here we have another small plateau which is known as Karbi Anglong plateau, and here also there is a small hill range which is known as Mikir hills. So this Garo, Khasi, Jaintia and Mikir hills marks the boundary of the Meghalaya plateau and Karbi Anglong plateau. You will find that in your book also there is reference of the Meghalaya plateau and the Karbi Anglong plateau. So this portion forms the part of the central highland, and this portion forms the part of northeastern plateau. Now children, though ma'am has given you the notes, but still I would like you all to take down the extra points that is there I have said today, especially of these portions, and I am giving you the notes. You all take down the notes first. So first, the central highlands. Now the northern segment of Peninsular Plateau is the central highlands. Location: it is located north of Narmada river. It is bounded by Aravalis in the west, and the Vindhyas and Satpura range lies in the south. So for location children, the location is north of the Narmada river and bounded by Aravalis in the west. Vindhyas and Satpura ranges lie in the south. Now coming to general elevation, it is 700 to 1000 meter above mean sea level and slopes towards the north and northeastern direction. Okay, the slope of the central highland is towards the north and northeastern direction. It consists of number 1, Marwar upland, just to the east of Aravalis in Rajasthan, 200 to 500 meter above sea level. Marwar upland, just to the east of Aravalis in Rajasthan, 200 to 500 meter above sea level. Number 2, Madhya Bharat upland or Madhya Bharat Pathar lies to the east of Marwar upland. lies to the east of Marwar upland. Then we have Malwa Plateau, lies in MP between Aravalli and Vindhyas. Lies in MP between Aravalli and Vindhyas and covered by black soil. Number 4, Bundelkhand Plateau lies along the borders of UP and MP. Bundelkhand Plateau lies along the borders of UP and MP. It is noted for semi-arid climate, intensive erosion, undulating area, and unfit for cultivation. I am repeating it again. Bundelkhand Plateau lies along the borders of UP and MP. It is noted for semi-arid climate, intensive erosion, undulating area, and unfit for cultivation. Then comes number 5, the Bagelkhand Plateau. It lies to the east of Maikal Range in southeastern UP and northeastern MP. So, it lies to the east of Maikal Range in southeastern UP and northeastern MP. Then comes our Chota Nagpur Plateau. Chota Nagpur Plateau, the northeast part of Peninsular Plateau and includes Jharkhand, parts of Chhattisgarh and West Bengal. Locally known as Patland Plateau. It has a series of sub-plateaus. Like I had said, Ranchi Plateau, Hazaribagh Plateau. So it has a series of sub-plateaus. Rajmahal Hills are the northeastern projection of Chota Nagpur Plateau. Rajmahal Hills are the northeastern projection of Chota Nagpur Plateau. Then comes the northeastern plateau. The Meghalaya Plateau, or it is known as Shillong Plateau as well. So the Meghalaya Plateau is separated from peninsular rock base by the Garo Rajmahal Gap. The Meghalaya Plateau or Shillong Plateau is separated from peninsular rock base by the Garo Rajmahal Gap. Shillong is the highest point of the plateau. Shillong is the highest point of the plateau. An extension of the Meghalaya Plateau is seen as Karbi Anglong Hills in Assam. An extension of Meghalaya Plateau is seen as Karbi Anglong Hills. It can be said as plateau also. In your book it is given as plateau in Assam. The region has the Garo, Khasi, Jaintia and Mikir hills. So Garo, Khasi, Jaintia lies to the south of our Meghalaya Plateau, and Mikir Hills, which is in Assam, lies to the east of this Karbi Anglong Plateau. Now children, there are some small questions for homework. After compiling your notes, you will do these questions for homework. Which plateaus form the boundaries of Central Highland? Next question, which hill ranges borders the Central Highland? Which hill ranges borders the Central Highland? Number 3. Name the states from west to east which is occupied by Central Highland. Name the states from west to east which is occupied by Central Highland. Number 4. Name the hill ranges that borders the northeastern plateaus. Name the hill ranges that borders the northeastern plateaus. Question number 5. What is the other name of Chotanagpur Plateau? What is the other name of Chotanagpur Plateau? Now all these questions are objective question. You can get them as 1 marks question, children. So do the questions and compile your notes, and when I meet next time we will do the Deccan Plateau and we will complete the Peninsular Plateau. Thank you, children. Thank you very much.